I'm really sorry today if I'm a bit spaced out. I'm quite hungover. Went out last night. Had a good night, obviously. Well, I hope. My brain is not functioning to the best of its ability. I've had a couple of people ask me in the comments about why I've chosen to study abroad. It's something that I never thought I would do, ever. The main reason behind coming here is not because of the place or wanting to study abroad, it's actually to do with my course. I'm gonna save what I actually do here for another video. That was the number one factor. I only applied to one place to study abroad because I'm doing a master's programme. The field that I want to go into once I'm finished tends to require more training than just a bachelor's degree. Usually they're not specific enough. It was basically everything that I wanted to do in the course requirements, so of course I applied here. There was others of similar degrees, but I made the conscious decision that if I didn't get onto this course, then it wasn't meant to be, and there'd be something else out there. I did look at equivalent style degrees in the UK before looking abroad, I have to admit. However, our education system has been changed recently, and now to do 1 year of postgraduate study in my field would have cost me about £10,000, which I'm really bad with money conversions. So I think that's like maybe 15,000 euros, just under $20,000 maybe. I don't know what the current exchange is, but expensive. But actually, there are so many other reasons for wanting to study abroad now. I think I've been here 6 months now. I definitely feel like I have enough experience to persuade others to think about it as an option, because it was never something I thought I'd do, and yet here I am. I applied for my course in March, I got accepted in April, and by August I was here. So, I mean, in this last 6 months, I feel like I've grown so much as a person. You know, I've met so many new people of different nationalities. My course itself is half Danish, half international, and myself and another British person are Spanish, Swedish and German. But over the course of being here, I've met Norwegians, Americans, Australian. I've met so many different types of people from so many different backgrounds and areas, and it's been really insightful into learning especially different cultures. I mean, it's enough of a culture shock to live here in Denmark and get used to it, but then learning about other people's behaviour patterns has just been quite interesting. Independence is another thing. Like, I've always wanted to travel and live abroad, and now I've taken the first step. I know that it's something that I'll want to continue. I mean, it's just made me want to travel so much more and experience so much more. There's so many different ways about going around studying abroad, whether it's for an extended amount of period or just for a few months. But I mean, there's programs such as Erasmus, which is like the European exchange. My friend did it, and she went to Sweden for 6 months, and she said, you know, she had an amazing time, and it's almost what persuaded me. Whereas I have applied directly to the University of Copenhagen, where I am now, for 2 years. And I already knew it was a fantastic place, but I wanted to make sure that the university itself was right for me, and I was very lucky to find out that they had an open house, like an open day. So my dad and I flew out for 24 hours. You know, I felt it was so important to just come here and check the course was right, check the university was right, and check that the city was right for me, the country. And that just helped me prepare even more for the move. I mean, I would definitely recommend if you can get to an open day, if they do for your course, or just have a look around the place, I definitely recommend it. And I think in general, a few preparation tips that I have picked up while living abroad, especially for the University of Copenhagen. Now, one of them is finance, because the University of Copenhagen don't have any course fee, which is great because compared to the UK, I'm paying very little, but the city itself is a very expensive place to live. So make sure you are financially stable before you move here, as jobs are pretty difficult to come by for students. There are hundreds and thousands of students all fighting for part-time job. And as I've said in my previous video about language, the thing is, if you're not Danish, it's more difficult. Some places will hire, some places won't. The second, sort out accommodation before you go, and that is crucial. The University of Copenhagen have a housing department. However, for the amount of applicants they get, the number of rooms they have to rent is very, very small. So if you're coming to the University of Copenhagen, apply for your accommodation as soon as possible because it is first come, first serve. It's just a well-known fact that in Copenhagen accommodation is very difficult to come by, so sort it out before you come. Do not expect to turn up and just fall into something. Be careful, there are a lot of scammers out there. Check what you get, check your contract, make sure it's legit, and don't get ripped off. Make sure you want to know how much you're taking out here, because most of my friends who have come out have only brought a suitcase worth of stuff, and I was extremely fortunate to have parents that were willing to send some boxes of things out for me, so I've got quite a few home comforts here, which is nice. And if you're coming to Copenhagen, I recommend you looking into a bike as soon as possible, because you're coming in August. Oh my goodness, you will not find a bike. It took me 2 weeks to get my bike and I definitely got ripped off. To sum up, course, costs and place are the 3 main reasons why I came to study abroad, and the experience so far has been fantastic. So have you studied abroad, or are you thinking of studying abroad? Let me know in the comments below about your experiences. It's really insightful, and thanks for everyone that's been commenting and contributing so far. It's so nice to hear other people's opinions on things. Bye for now.